Hello and welcome back to the Loresworn playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich as the German Empire. It is February 1939, and we're doing pretty damn well, actually.
Yep. We've revived our military.
Yeah.
We've completely resurrected our economy.
The
Third Internationale flinched
we asked,
when we stepped to them.
We asked the Union of Britain if they wanted to step to this bitch, and they said no, that they did not.
They did not want a piece. They did not even want a crumb.
No. Ireland is safely...
Little did they know, because obviously we don't have a lot of intelligence on each other, little did they know that was suicide. That was probably their last chance, the Third Internationals, of getting into a war with us they could win.
Yeah.
With literally every month that passes now, their chances go down and ours go up. Although, two rather significant things, to recap, are happening that the Third Internationale are probably throwing parties about. The first and most significant easily being Russia is collapsing like the Falcons in the Super Bowl. The Soviet Union is about to complete...
They had it. They had it in the bag.
The Soviet Union is about to complete their 25-point comeback, and the Third Internationale potentially gains an ally that militarily, like on land, would be second only to France in their alliance. A Soviet Union, even with the recovering from Civil War debuff on them, is a significant power add to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, good for them, sucky for us. The syndicalists are about to take Spain. Like, looking at that map, they are a couple victories away from putting the Carlists in an extremely ugly position. And if the anarcho-fascists win and join the Third Internationale in addition to the Soviet Union, that's a formidable four-country alliance for us to fight.
Yeah.
But what do we have that the Third Reich didn't have? We have Middle Europa, and we have a completely neutered United States dealing with their own stuff.
We also have a colonial empire, and we also have the Entente powers who are not too happy with the International themselves. And luckily, actually, the syndicates are doing the worst. They still hold Washington, so it's
not
hard
for long, based on
to
what I'm
say
looking
that
at.
they're collapsing, but they are not doing so well in the American Civil War here.
So here are our priorities for 1939. Improve our relations with the Scandinavian countries. That is absolutely something we're going to be looking at as our political power is now skyrocketing. If we can get to very high stability, we're going to be getting like 2 a day. So we're going to have...
Curious how much it would take to improve with Sweden. 0.4 per day, that's over half of what we're making. So I would go ahead and delay that until we're in a better position.
It's a low priority.
Yeah.
But our large priority, we would have had a bigger priority being get the Russians to like us more, but the Russians aren't going to exist in 1940, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Our other priority, though, is we're going to neuter the Belgrade Pact and conquer Romania. And that is going to happen in a few months. So get ready for that. We're going to start
Assuming we have
planning.
the armies, yeah. Alright, so... Okay, we're going to keep it over 150 just until we get...
We want very high stability.
Yeah, very good stability. Plus 10 factory output is very
And the
nice
national unity would be incredible.
I mean, we're already almost unconquerable with our national and unity where it is, but yeah. And
man,
oh, don't get surrounded.
They're done, man. They're done. Moscow has fallen.
I mean, the Soviets started out with Moscow. I just wish we could figure out what changed. Like, if we had another player that was playing Russia that could tell us right now what happened. Because this front's still pretty much static at the Urals. Like, neither the Russian Empire nor Siberia has made any significant
Well,
change.
actually, it looks like the Russians are they're stiffening a little bit.
They're stiffening in the north. In the south, there's still a major breakaway.
They need to take a move out of the Soviets' book and cut that salient off.
Toward not Stalingrad. Because there was no Stalingrad in this timeline.
Yeah, I wish we could help them.
Yeah.
I'm a little frustrated that we can't.
Minister supports this ideology. Paternal autocrats and authoritarian democrats, that's fine, I think. Or we can use... We actually have enough influence to revert it at this point.
Why not?
Popularity is rising. I don't think we need it right now.
No, we don't.
As long as we stay above 60%.
And we're well
Yeah,
above 60.
Very high party popularity if we get it above 80, but we also want high stability. That's slightly more of a concern right now. Yeah.
Yeah, this is done, y'all.
Tsaritsyn falls. I don't really know what the Russian Federation could do to turn this war around.
It seems like they ran out of people. Like, something must have happened. A couple of those encirclements we kept mocking them for, maybe they were more devastating than we could see. You know what I mean?
Well, fighting Soviets is something that Germanic empires in the 1930s and 40s are known to do.
Awesome.
So we got military reform. We can either go with the Weltkrieg school, which gives us grand battle plan,
Which we're already doing. That's a no-brainer.
Or we can be stupid and completely change our doctrine in the middle of the build-up to the war. So expanding on lessons learned during the Weltkrieg, we can improve our military strategy.
Getting our army ready for what is now an inevitable conflict.
Yeah, I mean, if I was... Oh, Wilhelm Grunner dies, one of the heroes of the Weltkrieg and victor over the Bolsheviks. Field Marshal Wilhelm Grunner has passed away.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Live the Frieden.
Let's see, what are we running? We're still running a deficit for infantry equipment. We can fix that. Trying to supply all of our newly organized divisions. Since we took a bunch of crap divisions and turned them into good divisions.
At least they're going down swinging. They're actually collapsing slower than I thought they would, although collapsing they are.
I mean, if I was a player and I was playing Russian Empire, I could probably flip this. Oh, of course, yes. We will always take increases in stability.
And our political power should have gone up, right?
I think that's for party popularity, yeah. So if we get up to very high, we'll be making another 0.25 per day.
All right. So our national unity is incredible. Our factory production just got a nice little buff.
We're about to pop out a whole bunch of divisions here.
All right, and we can start researching some stuff.
Class. Let's see, where are we on industry? We can get concentrated
and want it. And want it.
Unless there's an electronics available, no. And that means that the Deutschland class is now outdated. So 41 days of production.
We're making one a year, dude.
Yeah.
Ooh.
E.M. Remarque Führerreich, the famous German writer, member of the Lost Generation poets, Erich Maria Remarque, has released a new book, the fiery first major work of alternate history in the German Empire. The story is a gripping tale about the life of a young Weltkrieg veteran. I see where this is going. Trying to live in a shell-shocked and defeated Germany. In this timeline, Theodore Roosevelt and his Bull Moose Party win the 1912 American presidential elections, leading to an American entry into the Weltkrieg and thus an Entente victory. A defeated and partially occupied Germany is gripped by constant economic and political crises, witnesses the defeat of the Whites in the Russian Civil War, and is cooed by a bitter and extremely nationalist Adam Dressler and his German Workers' Party, who follow the ideology of people's socialism, which is actually just an extreme version of national populism. The novel ends with the beginning of a three-sided war between Dressler's New Reich, the Western Entente, and a Soviet Russia led by Leon Trotsky. While many criticize its large flaws in historical logic, Remarque defends his tale, saying that something like this could have happened in another universe. What childish fantasy.
Clever. I'm going to give the mod writers credit on that one. That was very clever.
Yeah, that is clever.
Yeah, they're in full on. This is done. This is done by the end of winter, y'all.
So I didn't even realize that Teddy Roosevelt losing the election was one of the departure points for this universe.
Well, he did lose the election as the Bull Moose guy. Bull Moose Party was a third
1912,
party.
Though? I thought he won in 1912.
I know he lost in the Bull Moose. Yeah. Like, the Bull Moose was a third party, and there's never been a third party president.
Yeah, when he actually ran opposed to his fellow party members, yeah. We need more guns. I'm assuming. Yes, that is still our largest deficit.
By a long shot.
Make sure our construction is still going as intended. Yes, it is. Yeah, we
It's
are
done.
we are a serious industrial powerhouse at this point. Oh, yep, and
It's done, y'all.
Spain looks like it's gonna fall.
Right after we score a major diplomatic victory, the Third Internationale may be about to gain some nice allies, which is, I mean, not the end of the world, considering, as we said before, this is going to be a very weak Soviet Union.
Yeah.
They're going to be depleted, they're going to be economically in economic shambles, and they're going to have the recovering from Civil War debuff.
Right.
And they're not going to have Siberia unless they want to fight Siberia, in which case we're open to fighting
Yeah.
a two-front war with them.
Definitely. So the Weltkrieg was won in the trenches. The core part of an army for the last 200 years has been artillery and infantry, and so it shall remain. So we get 2 bonuses for infantry weapons and support artillery, which is very nice. Samara's gonna fall. They're gonna have to fall back to the Urals. Perm is probably.
I don't know that
gonna
they
be
will,
gone.
dude. I think they're going to collapse.
Oh, they still have Archangel too, but yeah, I don't think there's any stopping the Soviets at this point. Or the anarcho-communists.
No,
for that
it's done.
matter.
It was done when they split them in half.
We will outproduce them. We will outproduce them on the beaches. We will outproduce them in the fields and in the hills. Actually, mostly in the factories, which generally are not located on beaches. I take back what I said earlier.
Ich bin ein Berliner.
Ich bin ein Berliner. Speaking of which, Kennedy might actually be dead. I feel. Oh no, wait. They're probably okay because they're in New England. I was gonna say, the Kennedy family probably
what are you
would.
talking about? Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys.
They probably would not be. They probably would not be doing so well under the combined syndicates, since they are.
They're one of the country's
quite
great families
wealthy
with the best luck. Clone High was a masterpiece, by the way.
Oh man.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. As his car it flips and explodes for no reason.
Here's the other thing. So, the current leader of the Russian Empire is actually Wilhelm II's nephew. I feel like we should have been able to enter the war on those grounds. Or is that Ukraine I'm thinking of that has the... Ukraine has the Habsburg. Who is it? No, it is. It is Russia in this timeline that is related to the...
Oh, no.
Okay, Russian Empire was annexed.
Ugh.
So that happened. Siberia is still independent.
Hopefully,
They're not at war with Siberia.
hopefully they do go to war with them, though.
Yeah. Looks like we could build some more military factories.
So we need to start planning for that conflict, too.
So now those troops that I pulled off of the Ukraine-Soviet border, it looks like might need to go back there again.
Or our new armies that we're training.
Oh, yeah. We just popped up a bunch of these guys. All right.
Let them train. They're not going to go to war immediately after winning a huge apocalyptic civil war. It'd be suicide.
Here's what we should do. Stop exercising these guys. They're good. These guys are fully trained. So they just need to recover their organization and they'll be fine. So let's take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 divisions. We're going to start a new army. We'll put them under Rommel.
Give it to Rommel, man.
And they are going to defend this border, where Model will continue to lead this invasion force, and we will buff both of those armies
With our
piecemeal as
training.
we can with our...
We also need to start putting together
troops,
the Romanian Expeditionary Force.
Yes.
We're
That'll
gonna
be
need
our
that.
fifth
We're gonna
army.
need that oil.
All right, for good or ill, the Russian Civil War is now over. The general staff have reported what they've learned, that they've learned many valuable lessons regarding the nature of modern warfare over the course of the conflict. Excellent.
Great, and manpower, yay.
Political power even better at this point. So, the Crown Prince, the potential Wilhelm III, is currently drilling our troops in how to kick communist ass.
And we've reinforced the Ukrainians, which is awesome.
Yes.
Look at that movement. Our armies are so well trained. They got there
think
so
about
fast.
This whole Middle Europa area has been undergoing peaceful industrialization since
Under
the
our
1920s.
leadership. More guns,
Yeah.
man.
I think, let's see. We're producing a net positive per day. So, yeah, let's go ahead and just max out our infantry weapons production line. We do have a research slot free. We're up to date on industry tech. We are up to date on electronics. We're almost to the point where we can start doing atomic research.
Which we'll want to do.
Doctrines we're researching. It's taking forever.
Let's upgrade our artillery.
Definitely. I
Research
agree
time,
with you completely.
15 days.
We need to beef up our civilian production in Schleswig-Holstein, it looks like.
The Soviets would be foolish to pick a fight right now. They're hurting. They have to be hurting.
And they're not part of the Internationale yet. They're autonomous, so they're radical socialists. So they may or may not, which is actually interesting because the original Soviet Union was totalist. And the totalists only have 6% popularity. So totalism is like state-controlled communism. Alright, we just got a bunch of motorized divisions. Pretty happy about that, actually.
Get them trained.
Oh, and we got some tank divisions. Hans Vogel, the leader of the SPD, has passed today in poor health. The first SPD Reichschancellor is dead. Reichschancellor Otto Wels dies while still in office. Now the Kaiser must decide on a new Reichschancellor. So, Otto Meissner, authoritarian Democrat.
But nah, that's
no.
bad.
Hans Vogel, he's a social democrat, so that would help us. Social conservative, lose 100 political power to bring back von Papen. Don't really want to do that. Or we can... Kurt von Schleicher, yeah. I say we stick with the social democrat.
It seems foolish to me to change right now. The world's about to plunge into conflict.
Yeah, that is our leading ideology, so it's not going to cost us any political power. And now we're almost up to getting very high. Prerequisites for Hans Vogel are no longer fulfilled, and he's been replaced with Arthur Crispin. Don't know why that happened. He's still a social democrat. Oh, because he was dead.
Right.
Okay, so that was a bug, but the game has now fixed itself. Okay, so we got improved artillery. Boom. That's going to put us at a huge deficit.
Fill the
for
research
upgrades.
slot, though.
Leader of the SPD. Yeah, we know. Okay.
I'd keep updating. See over
Still
there?
A little over
50% bonus.
We're
anti-tank,
not
man.
making anti-tank, but we might as well have it available.
We still don't know what the Internationale is doing.
Restructure the chains of command.
Do it.
While centralization has its benefits, modern war requires decentralized command, allowing lower-ranking officers more personal initiative to improve in response to the current situation. This idea, called Auftragsstat... My German has failed me. I cannot pronounce that. It's too many consonants.
Auftragsstaktik.
Stockdick. Okay, must be
Stockdick.
bread and butter of the modern German army.
And removes our last bad modifier.
So we are going to be fully prepared.
And then we're going to war with
to
Romania.
Yeah.
That's the focus we're waiting for before we start putting that war together. So,
actually, this army here, we'll probably shuffle some troops around, but this army here might be the army we end up invading Romania with. 20% trained, 23% trained. Yeah, so these guys are almost ready to go.
oof.
Former ambassador to the USA and the Ottoman Empire, and former state secretary for the Interior, Johann von Bernstorff has died today.
Ouch. Our government folk are getting old. That's going to go up very soon.
Yeah. And
goodbye, Spain. Oy.
Anarchists have taken over in Spain.
So this is a pretty hostile Europe.
To my anarchist friends on Facebook, your dream of an anarchist state has come true.
This is a hostile Europe to our ideas.
It is.
We're going to need the first war was to defend Germany's imperial ambitions. This next war is going to be to get rid of communism.
Okay, so apparently militia is a separate unit in this mod.
Right on. If we should have some infantry and experience and stuff. Let's update these.
So let's go ahead and upgrade our Panzer divisions.
Wow.
20 width. Maintenance companies for sure.
Anti-tank support?
Anti-tank?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we have the factories to support that.
Yeah, those are badass armored divisions right there,
That's
buddy.
going to put us way in the hole on light tanks. So here's what we should do. Let's tick that back to 3. Let's add a line for towed anti-tank.
Well, you know what? Wait a few days for towed anti-tank. You're about to upgrade your anti-tank. Why make a bunch that you're going to have to update?
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
it's just going to prevent them from getting supplies, but it'll be okay for.
It's literally a matter of days.
But the other thing is we should increase our tank production. We should trade for some additional oil.
This is why we need to conquer Romania.
Azerbaijan will be happy to oblige for the moment. That should go away now. Okay, yeah. So it's telling us we don't have any anti-tank guys.
Oh.
Cyprus was taken by the Ottomans.
Took it back.
Okay. Free military factories. Yeah, we'll just give those to tank production for now.
Because we need them.
Yeah, we're churning out a lot of military factories at this point.